Hey guys, Pythagorean part 2, okay? I'm going to talk really fast because I have to do this in 5 minutes and I have already failed twice. So we're going to try to, hopefully third time will be the charm. Okay, we are going to answer the question, what is the length of the unknown leg? Remember in the Pythagorean theorem, we're always dealing with right triangles. The legs are always adjacent to the right angle in the triangle. The hypotenuse is always the longest side that is opposite of that right angle. And in part one, we were given the length of the legs and we found out what the hypotenuse is. Now in part 2, we're given the length of one of the legs and the hypotenuse, and we're going to find out what the other leg is, okay? Like I said, I got to talk fast, but you can stop and pause, rewind at any point in time. The question, what is the length of the unknown leg? I'm going to get rid of that so I have room to work. Okay, remember, Pythagorean theorem is the most famous equation of all. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Write it every time. You need to know it. Say it every time. You need to remember it. If you have to, dream about it because you need to know it, okay? A and B are always the legs. And C is always the hypotenuse. Okay, legs, A and B, hypotenuse. So we're going to say C equals 42.8. A and B, or B and A, it doesn't matter. I'm going to put an A here, equals 11. I'm going to put a B here, equals question mark. Okay, so my A, I'm going to substitute in 11. Don't forget you have to square it. Plus B squared, that's this one. I don't know what it is. That's what I'm solving for. Equals C, which is 42.8. Again, I have to square it, okay? Remember that now you're just basic equation solving. You know how to do this. You just have to isolate that B and find out what it means, what it's worth, okay? So let's just go through the problem really quickly, all right? 11 squared, I have my old-fashioned yet handy-dandy little calculator here. It told me that 11 squared is 121 plus B squared I'm going to bring down because I haven't done anything with it yet. 42.8 squared is 1,831.84. I'm going to round that off to the 100th. Okay, so once again, an equation you know how to deal with. We need to isolate and figure out what B is, what the value of B is. So in order to do that, we're going to subtract this 121 from both sides of the equal sign. Okay, so minus 121 minus 121. That wipes that out over there. We bring down our B squared. We haven't done anything with that yet. Equal sign on the line as always. 1,831.84 minus 121 is, thanks to my old-fashioned yet handy-dandy little calculator, 1,710.84. In order to undo a square, very, very simple, we just need to take the square root. Square root of that side, square root of this side, on both sides of the equal sign. Yeah. Okay, this will give us a B equals, according to my old-fashioned yet handy-dandy little calculator, I have 41.3, got my cheat sheet over here, 623. I'm going to round that to the nearest tenth because that's pretty much standard. You always round to the nearest tenth unless it tells you otherwise. I'm going to go 41.4. What is 41.4? 41.4 is the length of this other leg. You can double check it. And this is always a good idea, especially when you're home alone, when you're at home and you're doing these and you got nothing better to do anyway. You just plug them back in this equation. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Running out of time, so I'm going to work really quickly. The length of the two legs are 11 squared equals B. I'm going to use the longer number so it's more accurate. 41.363 squared equals C squared. 42.8 squared. Use your calculator, whatever you got. Oh, this is plus. I'm very sorry.